There are things women fall hard for that they'll never admit out loud, not to you, not to their friends, not even to themselves. Miss this, and you're out here doing everything right, still getting played. Catch it, and suddenly the whole game makes sense. It's late, like stupid late. Phone's face, down on the bed, screen still warm. You told yourself you wouldn't check it again. You did anyway. And yeah, you act cool about it. During the day, you joke, you lift, you grind. But at night, different story. If this is you, you already know what I'm talking about. You replay moments you swore didn't matter. The pause before she replied. That half smile she gave some other dude. The way she leaned in, then pulled back like she remembered something. Or someone. Maybe this hits closer than you expected, because no one ever really told you what women I actually respond to. They tell you the clean stuff, the Instagram answers. Be yourself, just communicate. Cool. Sounds nice. Still didn't explain why some guys barely try and still have her hooked, while you're doing everything right and feeling low, key invisible. And that messes with you. Makes you second guess things you never questioned before. Your tone, your timing, your silence. You wonder if you should have said less, or maybe walked away sooner. There's a regret you don't say out loud. That moment you felt something shift and ignored it. That gut feeling that whispered, this isn't about effort anymore. You brushed it off, told yourself you were tripping. But here's the wild part. Women fall for things they'll never spell out. Not because they're playing games, but because some truths kill the magic once they're named. So you're left guessing, reading between texts, feeling the vibe drop and not knowing why, wondering how attraction can feel so real, then slip through your fingers like smoke. And maybe the real question isn't, what did I do wrong? Maybe it's, what if there are things she loves that no one ever told you to look for? Most guys get this wrong because they're looking at women like a checklist. Say this, do that, don't mess up, like attraction is some IKEA manual you forgot to read. It's not. I've watched good dudes lose women not because they were weak, but because they were trying too hard to be understood, explaining themselves, over-correcting, fixing vibes that didn't need fixing. I remember sitting in my car once, engine off, just staring at the dash. She had gone quiet that week, not mad, not cold, just less. And I kept replaying everything I said, wondering which sentence broke it. Truth. None of them did. Here's what most men miss. Women don't fall for effort the way men respect effort. They feel things first. Then they justify them later. You think she loves reassurance. She actually loves calm. The kind that doesn't flinch when plans change. The kind that doesn't chase clarity at midnight. You think she wants constant honesty. She really wants emotional safety. Someone who can sit in silence without making it weird. Someone who doesn't leak anxiety through every text. One principle most men hate hearing: attraction grows in space, not pressure. Another one, your self-control is louder than your words. Women notice tiny stuff, how you pause before speaking. Whether your voice drops when you're tired instead of getting sharp, if you keep your frame when she's unsure, or fold trying to lock things down. This isn't about tricks or game. It's about being solid enough that she can relax around you, not impressed, not overwhelmed, just settled. And once you get that, things make more sense. Why pulling back works sometimes. Why less explaining hits harder. Why some dudes don't say much and still have gravity. So ask yourself this, real talk. Sure, what if the things she loves most are the parts of you you've been trying to tone down or fix? The room's quiet except for the hum of the AC. That low, annoying buzz you only notice when your thoughts get loud. Your phone lights up, then goes dark again. No message, just the clock changing numbers. You remember how she used to look at you when you weren't trying. Back when you'd lean on the counter, half listening, half smiling, before every word started feeling calculated. Before you cared so damn much, your chest feels tight. Not heartbreak exactly, more like pressure, like something unfinished. She once paused before answering you. Just a second too long, you felt it? That tiny shift, like the air in the room dropped a degree. You cracked a joke to save it. She laughed, but softer. different. You told yourself you were tripping, that it was nothing. But later that night, alone, lights off, ceiling staring back at you, it replayed on loop. Women don't fall for speeches. They fall for moments. For how safe it feels when you don't rush them. For how steady you are when things get weird. For how you don't flinch when silence shows up uninvited. You think about all the times you tried to prove something, tried to lock it down, tried to be enough by doing more. And maybe that's the part nobody tells you, that what they love isn't loud. It's subtle. It's the calm and the chaos, the space you didn't try to fill. And the real kicker, once you feel that truth, you realize how many times it was right there and you almost missed it. Most guys walk into this already holding beliefs they never chose. They just absorb them. Like this one, if I give more, she'll feel safer and stay. I used to believe that too, so I texted back faster, explained myself deeper, showed up harder, and weirdly, she didn't lean in. She leaned back, not because effort is bad, but because calm beats urgency every time. Here's another quiet one. If she pulls away, I messed up, nah. Sometimes nothing broke. Sometimes attraction just needed air. Space isn't rejection. Pressure is. She didn't ghost you. You disappeared from yourself. That one stings because it's true. The moment you stop trusting your own rhythm, she feels it in your voice, in how you wait for reactions, in how you ask instead of move. Another belief guys don't want to drop. If I explain my intentions clearly, she'll understand, but attraction doesn't run on logic. It runs on presence. You don't lose her. You lose your own presence. I've watched dudes talk themselves out of something that was already working. Just couldn't sit in the unknown. Had to lock it down. Had to be sure. Last one, and this hits hard. Attention equals value. It doesn't. Attention is cheap. Respect is priceless. When you get that thing slowed down in a good way, you stop forcing. You stop chasing every mood shift. You show up solid, not loud. And that's usually when women feel something they can't explain, but don't want to let go of. This is what he understands. Attraction isn't built by chasing signals. It's built by being grounded when signals get weird. The 1% headman knows silence isn't an emergency. When her replies slow down, he doesn't spiral. He notices it. Then he goes back to his life. Gym, work, late night drive with the windows cracked. No dramatic moves. No panic texts. Just steady. This is how he leads, with presence, not pressure. He doesn't rush moments that are still unfolding. If plans change, he shrugs instead of tightening up. If she's unsure, he stays solid instead of selling himself harder. That calm, that's felt every time. He understands something most men miss. Women don't want to be convinced. They want to feel safe choosing, so when he speaks, it's slower, less explaining, more certainty behind fewer words. He doesn't need to fill every pause with noise. He lets the quiet sit, lets it breathe. When things get uncertain, he chooses patience over panic. He doesn't chase clarity at 1 a.m., he sleeps. Wakes up the same man. Strength over noise, centeredness over chasing. And the wild part, that's usually when women lean in. Not because he did something flashy, but because he didn't abandon himself trying to keep them. That's the mindset. Low, key, heavy, rare. The room smells like cold coffee and rain through a cracked window. Your phone's in your hand. Again, thumb hovering. Same message you've typed a dozen times, then erased. You remember laughing with her before you started shrinking, before every move felt like a test, before you bent your sleep, your tone, your spine just to keep the vibe alive. Something clicks. Quiet. Not anger. Clarity. You set the phone down. Not to punish, not to play games. Just done explaining yourself into pieces. A thought slips in, almost a whispered, I'm good as I am. Then it lands heavy, like a weight dropped on concrete. You don't need to earn peace. You don't need to chase warmth. You breathe out. Long, slow. And for the first time in a while, you feel solid again. She notices the small shit. The pause in your laugh. The way your hand steadies the cup. Not what you say. How you exist. The quiet nights, the patience you don't advertise. The calm when everything else is loud. It hits her in ways she can't explain. You don't need to chase. You just need to be solid. And the ones who matter feel it. Always. I carry that. Let it stick. That's your gravity says,